I'm still trying to digest that. You know, I'm trying to digest that news with Shakur, Frank Martin. Hopefully, it ain't 100% true. You know, I think Frank Martin, I don't think he's scared, so maybe the man just gonna change his mind by Monday.
Well, apparently he still hasn't changed his mind yet. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So the news broke a couple days ago that Frank Martin, he pulled out of the Shakur Stevenson fight, and now the fight is completely off. Because Frank Martin had completely went silent, everyone was wondering why Frank Martin pulled out of this fight. The speculation was it was over money. Frank Martin had another opponent, a bigger name opponent, meaning a bigger payday, or C, he just didn't want to fight Stevenson at all. He felt it was too dangerous of a fight. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he completely ruled out Frank Martin picking someone else over him like a Gervonta Tank Davis. Shakur Stevenson, he said, what y'all even talking about? That man ain't pull out to fight nobody else. Now, because obviously Frank Martin, he was receiving a lot of backlash on social media, he finally came out, broke his silence, and he simply said, I ain't duck-ish, which could mean a lot of different things. It was no different than when he was silent and didn't say anything. But what Shakur Stevenson recently said, it completely put everything in perspective. He dropped a complete bombshell, revealing that Frank Martin was demanding a 50-50 split with Shakur Stevenson to make this fight happen. Shakur, he posted this. Frankie said if he not getting 50-50 with me, he ain't fighting. He said 50-50 or nothing. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he deleted this tweet as soon as he put it up. But we all know once you put something up, especially on Twitter, it's there forever. It's on the internet forever. And the reason why I say that is because Frank Martin, he has not denied what Shakur Stevenson said, what he posted. You know, the situation is crazy because Frank Martin is not the only one receiving backlash. Apparently, Shakur Stevenson, he's receiving a lot of backlash as well, just based off of another tweet that Shakur Stevenson put up that he also deleted. He was responding to the fans. And there's no reason for me to quote him when it comes to this. I'll just put it on the screen for you guys. But I noticed from all the videos I made on this subject, there were a lot of people in my comment section that was blaming this on Shakur Stevenson just as much as they were blaming it on Frank Martin. Or maybe I should say, from what they were saying in the comment section and even on Shakur Stevenson's own Twitter account, a lot of fans are telling Shakur Stevenson that Frank Martin is doing the same thing to him that Shakur Stevenson did to Devin Haney, which is why Shakur Stevenson replied by saying that they all hate him. When it comes to Frank Martin, sure, he's receiving backlash, but when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, he's receiving backlash and he is receiving hate from every different direction. You already have the racist people that don't like Shakur. Then you have the black people that cater to the racists that don't like Shakur. And then you have just the regular boxing fans that are also criticizing Shakur Stevenson. So Shakur, he's getting it from every single direction. I'm seeing comments on the internet where people are talking about Shakur Stevenson still saying that Tyson Fury would beat Muhammad Ali. They're also mentioning when Shakur Stevenson jumped in the ring, saying that Lomachenko, he beat Devin Haney, he should be undisputed. And they're all tying this in with Frank Martin turning down a fight with Shakur Stevenson. These are the type of comments that fans are posting. But at the same time, it still does not justify Frank Martin turning down a title shot at the lightweight division unless, once again, either Frank Martin personally feels he's not ready for this shot or he has some bigger payday that's being offered to him. He has a bigger fight being offered to him. If Frank Martin is not turning down the Shakur Stevenson fight to get a Gervonta Tank Davis fight, then Frank Martin, he has way more to lose than Shakur Stevenson does. The WBC, they just rearranged their rankings when it comes to the lightweight division. Now they have Frank Martin at number 2. Remember, before the WBC, all of a sudden after the Devin Haney-Lomachenko fight, they announced that they were going to keep Lomachenko at number 1, but they still had Shakur Stevenson as the mandatory. Now they have completely changed everything, and they have Frank Martin at number 2, and they have Lomachenko at number 3. As usual, there is zero consistency when it comes to the WBC. So anyway, now they have Frank Martin at number 2, and he's in position to fight for a world title, but he's turning down the opportunity. At least when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, no matter who Shakur Stevenson fights, he's most likely going to be fighting for a vacant belt. The same thing cannot be said about Frank Martin. So it'll be really interesting to see what direction Frank Martin goes from this point on if he's not going to accept this title shot to fight against Shakur Stevenson. We'll see. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.